Good afternoon, it's Robert and Julia Miller with Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Exciting. I want to also pause for just a moment and say thank you for bearing with us while we work with our mics and our lighting and our scene behind us. If you have any input, we'd be welcome that input. We would welcome the input. And yeah, any suggestions, let us know. But otherwise, thank you for bearing with us.
We are Robert and Julia Miller with Rethink Real Estate, bringing you this bi-weekly. Gives you quite a bit of an update on what's going on in Valley real estate, and then we also look a little hyper-locally here where we're at in Sun City West and some of the other surrounding communities.
West Valley.
West Valley.
Yeah.
We like to bring a little humor and
we try anyway.
some history of what's going on this week in years past, and yeah, so if you enjoy it, please like and subscribe so we can continue to grow our viewership.
It helps more subscribers see this channel so they can make informed decisions like you.
All right, you got a joke for us?
Yeah. Why don't ants fall sick?
Fall sick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Why don't ants fall sick?
Because they have antibodies. It's from my dad jokes book.
You're fired. Okay, I have a couple of puns.
You have a whole newspaper there. A couple.
3.
Okay, all right.
Julian, why does this air mattress cost more than a foam mattress? Jalen, inflation.
Inflation, you have to air it up, yeah. Okay.
Dean, are you still spending all your money on old Beatles records? Diane, yes, and I need help.
Is that must be a song.
Help is one of the Beatles.
Yeah, okay.
You're young.
I'm trying.
Wow. Wow, you're so young. Okay, last one. Kate, is 5 followers a lot? Kit, on social media, no. In a dark alley? Yes.
Yes, it is in a dark alley. It's time to be scared. On social media, you better ramp it up a little.
All right, a little humor. Let's go through a little bit of history for this week and years past.
Once we cover the history, then we'll jump into news and also the stat report. After we summarize those kind of things, and that doesn't take very long to go through those, maybe about 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
The stat report is so repetitive, it's going to be very quick. We're basically just going to go over the summary and the commentary. Yeah.
And we'll go into rates and then inventory for the West Valley.
There we go.
Okay. Ooh, I have a couple of viewer comments I forgot about.
Oh, lay it on us.
You want to do history first?
Yeah,
Let's do history first.
All right.
Okay.
2006, Facebook opened September 26 to everyone 13 years or older with a valid email.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so began
social media launch.
Social media, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there were a few other things before that.
But they weren't anything that impacted Facebook.
Not like Facebook. Yeah, it's true.
In 1982, Cheers debuted September 30th on NBC, beginning its 11-season run.
I liked that show. My dad didn't like it because the setting was a bar. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1954, The Tonight Show debuted September 27th on NBC with Steve Allen as its host. He was the very first host. Yeah. 1829, London's reorganized police force called Scotland Yard is introduced September 29th.
Right.
I wonder what the history of that is. I wonder if it's due to corruption. They said, okay, we're going to just tear this thing apart and we're going to reorganize it completely. Or it could have been disjointed and they wanted to get it all
I don't know. I feel like we should know. We watch enough BBC that it seems like we should know, but
it just dawned on me.
Don't know the history of it completely. You know, put it in the comments.
There you go.
So we'll all
Okay,
know.
finally, in 1066, William the Conqueror invades England September 28th and lays claim to its throne. 1066. Boy, England has a long history, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have a couple of viewer comments. We're getting viewer comments pretty consistently, and I love that.
Yes,
That's
thank
great.
you. Much appreciated. We enjoy the feedback.
Yep, and we enjoy interacting with you. So if you have questions, probably somebody else has the same or similar questions, so don't be afraid to ask it. So this first one, I'm going to shoot to you, and you can respond.
Oh, boy.
The comment is, and I apologize, I forgot to get the person's name who did this, so I may be able to look that up while we're talking about it. But great show. It was on the last news update that we did. If we can include some planned construction across Peoria and Surprise, it would really complement the show.
Planned construction, like master plans that are coming into construction.
I assumed that the viewer said that, so that's the way that I answered it.
Okay.
And I said, sure, go back and watch our Mason Ranch video. We drive through the community. We'll let you know where that community is at. It's in Surprise. It's a part of a planned community somewhat. It's part of a planned development area. So there are amenities there. There's shopping. There's churches. There's library. There's school. Very, very close.
Right.
So I consider that a planned community. And then the viewer responded back saying, well, he kind of meant also development as well as, like shopping and schools.
Oh, commercial. Oh, yeah, very important. Okay,
So-
okay, we can definitely do that, yes.
Yeah, we don't focus a lot on commercial because here in Arizona, it's a separate license to do commercial real estate, so we don't focus a lot on it.
As it relates to residential communities and new construction communities, it's very important because people,
It is.
when selecting where they want to live, they want to know what kind of retail and commercial is around them and available.
How far am I going to have to go for the hospital? What's the closest urgent care? Where's the library? Where's my grocery store?
Very good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely cover a little bit of that.
And we do cover some of it for Mason Ranch anyway in the Desert Oasis.
Desert Oasis, that's really big and
videos.
upcoming, and they have a lot of commercial coming on.
Really good
So
stuff. Yeah.
That would be a good one to cover. Okay.
So the second comment is a little bit older. It's from Patrick M. It says, bottom of the market, gone? No way prices might go down? Sure about that? I do agree prices are going up, but not sure we won't revisit the lows.
It's always possible, but all we can do is look at the current situation to try to determine as far in the future as we can look and see. Right now, supply is lagging behind demand. And it continues. It's been that way for quite some time, and it's all the gurus are saying, as far as they can see into the future, there's no change to that. But, the economy change, you have to have, in order to have a major, now granted, you're going to have seasonal, and we're going to even see it this month.
Even still in
or we're
September,
predicting for September that the numbers are going to be a little bit lower. But that's more seasonal. But to see, when I hear somebody say we're gonna see a crash, or we're gonna see, I'm talking more than 10% or 15%.
Dramatic.
Something super dramatic
reduction.
is going to happen unless
we just don't see it happening because supply is so low. So what Robert's alluding to is you have to have this influx of inventory in order to drive prices lower.
As long as we don't have a glut of supply, that just can't happen. The demand is outstripping supplies. All right. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much again for those comments. Keep them coming.
Thank you. Keep them coming. All right, let's look at briefly a little bit of news, economic news. The Fed did hold off on increasing the Fed reserve rate.
They did.
They opted to skip a rate hike at the meeting last week.
They didn't give us much hope, though, for the next meeting.
Signaled it anticipates one more increase before the end of the year.
Yeah.
With growth up and the inflation rate down to 3.7%. Okay, so we're eking towards that 2%. And again, the same old argument. If you take housing out of the market, we're at like 0.5.
I think it might even be lower than that, but yeah, it's lower than 1%.
It's almost zero.
Yeah. So
yeah, if you take housing out, but with housing in there, we're at 3.7%. So the Fed's shift in policy reflects a more balanced approach, aiming to curb inflation without a recession. The dubious soft landing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But yet that recession word still looms over our head for the coming months. And I think it's going to be there probably till mid 2024, and hopefully by then it will go away. We'll finally have this announcement from the Fed saying, okay, we have avoided a recession. We're now moving out of it because we hit this soft landing.
Right, and seeing a few rate reductions. That would be nice. That would be a nice turning point. Year of strikes. More than 362,000 American workers have gone on strike in 2023, up from 36,600 in 2021. So
it's still amazing to me how many industries are have a union, are unionized.
Oh, sure.
And you know, it's times like these, I think there is some positivity about it. There was a time and place where I felt like, oh, unions, you know, maybe they've had their time, they've had their day.
They were absolutely necessary.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning. I mean,
just after World War II, right?
Oh, no, but back farther than that.
Back farther, okay.
Back in, you know, when the industrial age started, and city factories and workers were just completely abused and had no recourse and nobody to turn to. They just had to, look, you do the job or not, and don't get sick because I'm going to find somebody to it was horrible.
So they had to unionize at that point and create.
All right, car prices. The 150,000 worker United Auto Workers strike is likely to affect already high car prices. Immediate effects will be minimal with sufficient current inventory, so we're good for now, but prolonged striking could lead to supply shortages, reduced discounts, and ultimately higher prices.
Okay, yeah.
Used cars demand and prices could also rise, obviously.
Sure.
New prices go through the through the roof, and people are going to start looking for used cars again.
Yeah, we got a flu bug or a cold bug over the last week and a half, so we're both kind of fighting some of that
stuffiness going on. So if you're planning on buying a car, now's the time to do it.
Do it now.
All right, moving on to housing news. Higher prices predicted. Despite a recent dip, experts expect home prices to rise in 2024.
Ooh, okay.
The ongoing shortage of supply, we just talked about that, compared to demand is the driving factor, especially as mortgage rates are expected to drop slightly. That'll be good.
I hope.
Models suggest home values will rise by 6.5%, which is very typical and historic.
Yeah.
Kind of where we like to see
between 5 and 7 typically
5 to 7.
A year, a healthy year appreciation amount. Yeah.
Existing sales remain low. Broken record, but August sales of existing homes hit the lowest level since January due to limited inventory and higher mortgage rates.
Sneak peek and spoiler alert, September ain't much better.
No.
Won't tell you.
It's pretty flat.
Yep.
All right, quickly, regulatory news. This is interesting. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development,
HUD,
is seeking rules for permanently remove face-to-face meeting requirements for FHA sellers or servicers and distressed borrowers. The proposal aligns with remote communications developed during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, may come back.
It may come back.
Okay, moving on to the stat report. We're just going to jump to everything was really flat. So we're just going to...
Tell us what the stat report is, just in case we don't know.
It is a monthly report through the Arizona ARMLS,
Arizona
Regional Multiple Listing Service. Sorry. And this is a commentary by Tom Ruff of the Information Market. So we look forward to seeing Tom's report every month because he brings a lot of really good information and stats. So, okay, since the last time we spoke, housing inventory has remained meager, demand has softened, and interest rates have risen. No surprise by anybody.
Yep.
So,
the mortgage industry's feeling it too.
Right. We're going to talk about the golden handcuff effect. A recent Zillow study, homeowners are nearly twice as willing to sell their home if their mortgage rate is 5% or higher, and yet 80% of mortgage holders have a rate below 5%.
Yeah.
Since it's unlikely rates will drop anytime soon, buyers can expect a continued standstill.
Yeah.
Calling it the golden handcuff effect, and this originally came from, the term is often used to describe financial incentives employers may offer to discourage employees from leaving the company. For homeowners, a low mortgage rate is similar. That's another form of golden handcuff. No matter what we call them, we're talking about a massive number of homeowners. The vast majority, and I believe that number was 80%. Yeah, 80%. Massive majority.
Won't be moving anywhere.
Won't be moving anywhere anytime soon. So we're just at a standstill here while these interest rates have correct.
We're going to have to get back around the 5s for anyone to be comfortable, for that 80% to be comfortable in making any kind of a move, honestly.
I don't know. I think 6, because you're going to end up with pent-up demand. And I think if we can get them down to 6 again, people
so they
will...
see, well, it's a 0.5% more maybe than what I have.
Let's move forward,
Or 1% more than what I have, all right. All right. I see it.
So, speaking of Michael Orr of the Cromford Report, in conclusion, the number of home listings under contract are down, which has led to fewer mortgage applications, of course, which in turn will lead to fewer home closings, of course. September sales volume will be inauspicious. But as Michael Orr of the Cromford Report reminds us, the important measure is the balance between supply and demand.
Right.
Not demand on its own. At the moment, supply is down more than demand is down, so prices are firm. So as long as those two are running parallel, prices are going to be solid. If for some reason supply starts swelling and demand continues to be low, then we may see some price reduction.
Some changes.
Yeah. So in conclusion, a slight decrease is forecast in September for both average and median sales prices.
Okay.
And then we're going to have luxury start coming back alive, and what we call the high season for active adults. So the population will double in most of the active adult communities, and that's when the buying season starts. So we expect we'll finish pretty solid through.
Yeah, looking forward to a nice, busy fall.
All right, taking a look at rates. Don't shoot the messenger. 30-year, we were at 7.144 on our last report. We're now at 7.51.
And I saw 7.55.
Right, so it continues to creep up. 15-year, 6.689. It's now at 6.80, and the VA was at 6.829. It's now at 6.96.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Oh my goodness.
Just hang in there. All right, inventory valley. Seasonally, we are seeing a creep up a little bit. So not surprising. We were at 12,200. It's still extremely low.
Yeah.
but we are seeing a bit of seasonal uptick. 12,854 valley-wide active listings.
Ago, we were around, oh gosh, was it around like 24,000 a year ago?
I don't think so.
No, not even
I
that
can't
high.
remember, but I think
We'll
we
get you
were
that
maybe in
comparison
the
next.
15,000 range.
Oh, okay.
And
I was thinking that was the early this year that we were on 15,000.
I can't be for sure, but
We'll get
I
you
feel
that
like about
information
15,000, and then
on
we've
our
just
next video.
slowly but surely, hasn't been very dramatic, but we've just slowly been eating away at supply. As you know, people are not going to list their home if they have to pay 7.5% to buy another one. So
They said so, right, in that survey? Yeah.
Peoria 370, they actually ticked up to 377, They're basically flat. And then
Yeah.
Surprise was up 20, they're at 673. A little closer to home, Trilogy at Estancia, another active community, active adult community, they're up 8. Most affordable, 475,000. Most expensive remains 1,195,000.
There you go.
That comes out to a cost per square foot of $349. Vistancia Village actually down a little bit. They were at 38. They're down to 33. 419,900 is the most affordable in the village. 910,000 tops the list, and that comes in at $263 a square foot. Blackstone Country Club ticked up 3. They're at 10. 895,000 is the most affordable. 3,280,000 is the most expensive. That comes in at a whopping $474 a square foot.
Woo.
That's tops our list.
That tops the list, yeah.
Portobello dropped 1. They're at 12. 454,900 is the most affordable. 919,000 the most expensive. That comes in at $280 a square foot. 81, they're ticked up 3. 299,000 the most affordable. That's one of those townhomes in Mountain View. 1,200,000 still tops the list. It'd be interesting to see what that home actually sells for.
Yeah.
So for the grand, they're averaging $277 a square foot.
Okay.
Right in line with everybody else, really, in the active adults. Westbrook Village is actually down 3. They're at 18. 305,000 the most affordable. 599,900 the most expensive, and they're coming in at $272 a square foot. Sun City West, we have 106, so we're up 5. 235,000 the most affordable, 799,950 the most expensive, and we're coming in at $234 a square foot. That's the lowest of all of the communities that we're looking at.
Yeah.
A little more specific, Sun City West Golf Course, we did tick up. There's 2 more golf course lots available, 14 total. 325,000 the most affordable, 799,950.
That's that one. Yeah.
Surprisingly, that's only $247 a square foot
For a golf course, that's
for
not
golf
bad
course.
at all.
It's usually,
Yeah.
I think we were up like $275 a square foot for being on the golf course. So
Okay.
we're a little low right now. That's awesome. Anybody looking to get on a golf course, got some deals out there, so let us know.
Some beautiful homes.
Sun City West with a pool, that hasn't changed. There's still 7 available. 379,000 the most affordable. 749,900 the most expensive. $270 a square foot. So it does go up quite a bit, about $36 a square foot if you're buying a home with a pool. And let's see. For Sun City West sold the last 30 days, that's ticked up a little bit, so we're at 68 for the last 30 days. The average sale price, $225,000, and the
They're $225 per square foot.
anyway, it comes out to be 98% of list price,
Okay.
which is just like set your watch to it.
Yeah.
So, if you're a buyer and you're wondering, okay, how much should I offer? Well, if all things being apples to apples, there's no anomalies, you can expect to pay 98% of the list
Yeah,
price.
and by that, Robert means, is the house priced per market?
Yeah, is it priced
does it
correctly
make
to start
sense how
with?
it's
Is there
priced?
any,
Yeah.
is it distressed in any way?
Or is it head and shoulders above the other comps?
Exactly.
So
there
you have to
are
look at those
some
numbers too.
that sell for 103%. I think the
Right.
lowest one was 95% of
Right.
list price. So
anyway, another
but
road
anyway,
trip, sorry.
on average, 98% of list price.
Yeah.
Finally, Sun City West active average home price, $430,692, and that comes out to $234 a cost per square foot.
Not bad at all.
All right, there's our report, and I hope everybody has a blessed rest of the week. And again, if you have any questions or anything you'd like us to explore,
Go
let
back
us
and watch
know.
our planting video too.
Yeah,
We
garden's
finally got some
coming
garden,
on. Yeah, I got a
plants
lot
planted.
done today. So yeah, check it out. Things are moving on. I can't wait till it just explodes.
We're
We
trying
want
to get to a
awesome
place
video.
where we can do a video at least once a week for the garden, so it kind of fills in the gap of these
that's a
videos
good
being
idea.
every other week, that type
Right.
thing. So, anyway.
We have some ideas we're working on with the club, so we'll see how far we get on that. So,
Yeah, what we'd like to do is kind of show you around to other people's gardens.
yeah, we'd like to.
But it's totally up to the garden owner. Not everybody's comfortable with
Not
their
everybody's
stuff
comfortable being on a video,
YouTube
so
So it's totally up to them, and we have to find the right way to ask people.
yeah, and we're
So
kind
if
of.
you are a plot owner in the ag club,
Yeah.
let us
yeah.
know if you want us to put your video on.
Yeah, and you don't have to be in the video yourself, except
Right.
maybe an initial invitation, and then Julia will take it from there.
We would love for you to be, because it makes the video more interesting. But you don't have to be.
No, you don't have to be. We're
Yeah.
going to be looking mostly at the plants and stuff, but Julia can just kind of.
And we can talk to you without you actually being on camera too.
Right,
So
exactly.
we have ways of doing that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right. Everybody have a blessed week. We'll talk to you
Blessed week.
again soon. Take care.
bye for now.